I remember struggling with Matthew 24 about 30 years ago. This is after 10 years of Christian school, a Bible college degree, double major in Bible and pastoral theology, and 10 years as an assistant pastor in large churches. I was still struggling with Matthew 24 because no one had ever taught me how to rightly divide the word of truth. And when I saw that there was a gathering by the angels at the end of the tribulation, that kind of confused me, because I'd always grown up hearing that the rapture was before the tribulation, but Matthew 24 made it sound like the rapture was at the end. But then I met someone in 1996 who, for the first time in my life, taught me the rules that are in the Bible to understand the Bible. There's 15 of them, and they're in the Bible. And if you use this properly, you'll rightly divide the word of truth. And he walked me through Matthew 24, just like I did in that 3-part video series. And he walked me through it, and he said, the Son of Man is Jesus coming to this earth physically. You've got to understand that the gathering is not a rapture. It's where the kingdom of heaven parables, the people that are being snatched, one and another one left, that's the angels gathering the elect. And he taught me how in the Bible the elect was Israel. And Israel was being gathered at the end of the tribulation for their judgment. The judgment of the kingdom of heaven parable of the talents. This will determine how they rule and reign in the kingdom, because the time of the Gentiles was coming to an end at the end of the tribulation. The Jews were going to reign and be given their kingdom like God promised. He explained the sheep and goat nations are the nations, not Israel and not the church. He explained 1 Thessalonians 4, 1 Corinthians 15, and how that's the rapture of the church before the 7 years. He explained Revelation 11, the 7th trumpet, how that happened at the middle of the tribulation. And it was the beginning of the trumpet. The trumpet would last 3.5 years all the way to the end. And it was announcing the woes, the final wrath of God in the great tribulation for 3.5 years. And it was looking forward to the last part of the first resurrection. The 144,000, the 2 witnesses and tribulation saints, the souls under the mercy seat. They were being caught up to heaven as guests at the wedding. The bride had already went to heaven to be married to Jesus, and the Old Testament saints were the friends at the wedding. So the gathering was for Israel to be judged according to their works for the rewards. And then the sheep and goat nations was not Israel, it was not the church, it was the nations that came through the tribulation, and they endured to the end. They didn't take the mark of the beast, they blessed Israel, and they listened to the preaching of the kingdom of heaven. That changed everything when I learned how to rightly divide the word of truth, and now Matthew 25 makes sense.